Do you need a great marketing tool to advertise your business or event? Then use Ottumwa Coasters. Get your business or event on drink coasters featured in Ottumwa's most popular restaurants. It's the most fun and effective way to reach the community. Starting at just $199, you get 1,000 coasters delivered to Ottumwa's most popular restaurants. Look for Ottumwa Coasters on Facebook or call or text 573-932-0111. Central Empire Wrestling presents Bridge City Slam 6 live Saturday, September 7th at the Bridgeview Center in Ottumwa. Come see Jake the Snake Roberts, Buff Bagwell, former WWE Tag Team Champions Demolition, Real One Enzo Amore, The Powers of Pain, The Boogeyman, Snitsky, Jordan Grace, Cameron Brunet, and the stars of CEW. Tickets start at just $20 and include the Fan Fest from 4 to 7 p.m. Get your tickets through Ticketmaster or at the Bridgeview Center in Ottumwa. It's Bridge City Slam 6, live Saturday, September 7th at the Bridgeview Center in Ottumwa.
And here's your host, Steve Shedler.
Hello. Hi. Hello. Thank you. Good morning to you. It's time for the morning wake up here on Steve Shetler Media. Of course, brought to us by my good friend Elizabeth at Ottumwa Coasters. Let's bring up her information. Ottumwa Coasters. Get your business or event on drink coasters, featured in not only Ottumwa's most popular restaurants, but she is spreading out her reach. And Ottumwa Coasters is going to have coasters popping up throughout Southeast Iowa. It's a fun and effective way to reach the community for your event, your business, at an affordable price. Get a hold of Ottumwa Coasters. Follow them on Facebook. I give you a link on this Facebook post for the morning wake up. So click on the Ottumwa Coasters link, hit the follow, like button, and follow along for Ottumwa Coasters. We thank the Oski Dental Studios, folks at Oski Dental, for sponsoring our studios. Give Dr. Schuster a call at 641-673-4845 to schedule your appointment. You know, they're accepting new patients, going to file your insurance forms for you. Delta Dental Provider at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa, the Oski Dental Studios. Let's take a look at our forecast. We are in cool down mode right now. It's brought to us by the Garden Gate at 105 South Jefferson in Sigourney. And you can call Cindy at 641-622-3191. Today, increasing clouds and temps falling. Falling to about 71 degrees this morning. Northwest winds on the breezy side up to 25 miles per hour. So much, much cooler today. I think we had a high yesterday of 90-something. And we're going to be in the low 70s today, so quite the temperature change. For tonight, mostly cloudy skies will gradually become mostly clear, a low of 57. Sunshine and 78 for your Wednesday. Partly cloudy, a low of 60 for tomorrow night. And partly sunny on Thursday, a high of 79. Right now, humidity at 96%. Winds are northwest at about 15 miles per hour. The barometer at 29.95, dew point at 63, and according to the National Weather Service equipment right here in the Oski Dental Studios, we do have 65 degrees here in Southeast Iowa. Your weather brought to us by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. Earlier this morning at 6 a.m., as we do every weekday morning at 6 a.m., we put up our This or That. It's brought to us by Stacy Flynn at the Legacy Insurance Group and Welcome Realty in Sigourney. Which one you going with? This is gingerbread cookie. That is Choco Chips. Choco, we're talking Choco right now in the Shetler household. I'm going with Choco Chips. I don't know what, are Choco like thicker than just chocolate chips? I don't know. It looks good to me though. I'm going with the Choco on this one. Choco Chips versus gingerbread on our this or that. Make sure you comment on the individual post. Went up at 6 a.m. this morning. At noon today, we'll put up our question of the day, brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa, 202 North Main, Sigourney. Have you ever seen or heard an adult lose their mind at a kid's ball game? What did you do? Some adults, some parents tend to take things a little bit too seriously at the ball games these days, as we all know, I think. So have you ever seen or heard that take place? What did you do? What was your reaction to parents losing their minds at kids' ball games? We'll have some interesting responses to that, I'm sure, starting at noon on Steve Shetler Media Facebook. Let's take a look at our tournaments. Of course, going on right now, we've got our Athlete of the Year tournament. It's brought to us by Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics and Kelly Style State Farm. And our Athlete of the Year tournament, we're into our second matchup of the tournament. Our number 2 seed, Imogen Stratton from English Valleys High School volleyball, taking on Dalton Dowd of Ottumwa High School wrestling. So Imogen versus Dalton. Last I checked, Imogen had a pretty good lead. So looks like if things hold steady the way they're going right now, Imogen should be moving into the next round. Now, Evan Vidito won his matchup yesterday, and then over on the right-hand side, upper right-hand corner, you've got Stratton versus Dowd, 2 versus 15 there. Looks like Imogen will be moving on there. Then we'll move down to the bottom left corner, where Emerson Jedlicka will be taking on Emma Becker in our next matchup. That'll go up at 5 p.m. So hopefully you like the look of this little tournament bracket. I think it looks kind of neat. So that's what's going on there with our Athlete of the Year tournament. Of course, the winner gets that championship belt, that real deal belt. So this is a lot of fun. Hey, we've got our normal for the fun of it tournament going on right now. It's brought to us by Son-in-Law Services. Josh Clubb, the handyman. Get a hold of him, 319-431-1806. Our matchup for the State Fair Food Tournament is pork chop on a stick against a fried Twinkie. I am a pork chop on a stick guy. That's like my first stop when I get to the State Fair. I just immediately go to the pork chop on a stick place. What is it, the Iowa Pork Association? So yeah, I definitely 100% going with pork chop on this one. Going against fried Twinkie. And it looks like pork chop on a stick will probably move on in the tournament, at least the way the voting is going right now. Now, Corn Dog won its matchup against Wonder Bar on the left-hand side there. Pork chop probably going to be beating the Twinkie. And then we'll go down to the bottom left, Lemonade, State Fair Lemonade against the Caramel Apple Egg Roll. Or maybe you say caramel. I'm going with caramel. Lemonade versus the Caramel Apple Egg Roll will go up at 6 p.m. this evening. So get your votes in on that State Fair Food for the Fun of It tournament matchup brought to us by Son-in-Law Services. What else we got going on? Some community calendar events. Want to bring up some stuff going on here. Coming up on Thursday, August 15th. Live Raptor program. Not raptors from Jurassic Park, but bird raptors. This is at the Montezuma Public Library, so make sure you check that out. Poweshiek Community Foundation, Greater Poweshiek Community Foundation putting this on Thursday, August 15th at 10 a.m. if you're into owls and that type of thing. In Montezuma, pretty neat thing going on there. We'll give some love to Tassel Ridge Winery, of course, one of our big sponsors here on Steve Shetler Media. They're having a wine and pasta night coming up on Friday, August 23rd. Reservations required, so look into that. And then we'll also give some love to Barn Wired here in Sigourney. They've got their Soup of the Week, a loaded potato. That sounds good. Sandwich of the Week, chicken Philly wrap. So eat some great food at Barn Wired in Sigourney. I think that gets us caught up to where we need to be. Let's take a look at some birthdays. Happy birthday to you. Birthdays, celebrity, and hometown birthdays brought to us by Hometown Real Estate. Nikki Leathers. Go to hometown-re.com for more information. Local and area birthdays for today. We've got Iva Bontrager, who, if you watch on Tuesday evenings here on Steve Shetler Media, you know that Iva puts up a great program called The Brain Rewired. She is going to get you thinking the way that you should be thinking. Positive thinking. Iva Bontrager. She has a birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Iva. And then we've got my buddy Micah Leverton. Micah is like the most positive person I know in life. Micah Leverton. Happy birthday to you, Micah. Great guy. Great musician. Love hearing him sing and play guitar. Just an overall really cool guy. Celebrity birthdays for today. Randy DeBarge is 66. He's the singer, bass player for the group DeBarge from back in the day. David Robinson, big tall dude from the NBA basketball, 59 years old. One of the greatest centers in basketball history. We've got from golf, Billy Mayfair turning 58. We've got the Spice Girl, Jerry Halliwell, turning 52. Punky Brewster from back in the 80s. How do you say her name? Solil Moonfry. Interesting. Punky, 48. Leslie Odom Jr., the actor, is 43. And then football player Kareem Hunt is 29. Celebrity and hometown birthdays brought to us by Hometown Real Estate. Nikki Leathers, your realtor. All right, good morning to you. Once again, we're doing the morning wake up brought to us by Ottumwa Coasters. We are live from the Oski Dental Studios. On this date, which today is Tuesday, August 6th, we're almost a full week into August already, people. This year continues to fly by. On this date in 1890, the electric chair was used for the first time as convicted killer William Kemmler was executed at Auburn State Prison in New York. People were shocked, but not as much as he was. That same day in 1890, Cy Young, baseball player, you know, they have the Cy Young Award. It was named after Cy Young. It was on this date, 1890, Cy Young won his first professional baseball game, went on to win 510 more. Cy Young, he was the man. 1960, come on, baby! Chubby Checker introduced the twist to America on the Dick Clark Saturday Night Show. Do the twist, come on. 1960 for Chubby. On this date in 1985, Major League Baseball players went on strike. 1985 for that strike. Today, on the National Day calendar, let's see here, it's National Social Engineering Day, whatever that is. It's National Fresh Breath Day. It's National Root Beer Float Day. And it's National Wiggle Your Toes Day. I'm wiggling my toes right now. You just can't see it. And I can't pull my foot up that far for you to see. So that's what's going on there. Hey, good morning. Let's see here. Who we got here? We got Bubby. We got Tamara. We got Sherry. We got Nancy. We got Dan. We got Dixie. We got a Cindy. We got a Sherry. We got a Sandy. We got a Pat. Good morning to all of you. Thanks for hanging out on this Tuesday morning. Let's go ahead and check in with some of our sponsors making things possible here on Steve Shetler Media. That includes our headliner, Ottumwa Coasters. Do you need a great marketing tool to advertise your business or event? Then use Ottumwa Coasters. Get your business or event on drink coasters featured in Ottumwa's most popular restaurants. It's the most fun and effective way to reach the community. Starting at just $199, you get 1,000 coasters delivered to Ottumwa's most popular restaurants. Look for Ottumwa Coasters on Facebook or call or text 573-932-0111.
Pink Catawba from Tassel Ridge Winery is a very light and fruity semi-sweet rosé with pineapple and other tropical fruit aromas and green apple and citrus flavors on the palate. It's made entirely from Catawba grapes. Pink Catawba is great for sipping or serve it chilled with barbecue or summer picnic foods or cold fried chicken. This versatile wine even complements milk chocolate. Pink Catawba is available at Tassel Ridge Winery and at some of our nearly 400 retailers in Iowa. If you don't see Pink Catawba at your favorite store, ask the manager to get it for you. Tassel Ridge Winery is located in Lyton on Highway 163 between Pella and Oskaloosa and is open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday from 10 to 6, and Sunday from noon to 6. Check our website at tasselridge.com.
Jeremy Empey Web Design, designing since 1999. Graphic design, website maintenance, and more. Web solutions for any size project, serving Oskaloosa and beyond. Jeremy Empey Web Design has web solutions for any size project. He can breathe life into your website, and he'll help you out with fast support. Web hosting, web development, and website maintenance. Whatever you need, Jeremy Empey Web Design can help you out. Call Jeremy at 641-295-4844 or get more information at jeremyempey.com. Hey, we appreciate Jeremy Empey Web Design for being a supporter of Steve Shetler Media on the Morning Wake Up. We thank Tassel Ridge Winery and, of course, Ottumwa Coasters being our headline sponsor, as well as the Oski Dental Studios making things possible here on Steve Shetler Media. Let's do this. Things you need to know. Whoa! All right, things you need to know today. New at 7-Eleven. We're not kidding about this. Pumpkin spiced Slurpees. Yes, it's only in 5 locations right now, but they're going to see how it does. Might see a pumpkin spiced Slurpee near you. I don't know. Are there really many 7-Elevens in southeast Iowa? I don't think so. But maybe up around Des Moines, Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, you'll run into a 7-Eleven. Pumpkin spice Slurpees. China has developed some pretty high-tech robots. Some lawmakers want to ban them out of fear that China is putting, quote, a stealth army on our land. Are we looking at Terminators? I don't know. China might be developing those. How about Tom Cruise? Tom, his latest squeeze is a Spanish singer named Victoria Canal. She is 25 years old. Tom is 62. How about Deadpool and Wolverine? It has continued setting records over the weekend. Now the highest grossing R-rated movie ever. It's bringing in some big bucks. Deadpool and Wolverine. Let's see here. The first season of The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, lands on Netflix coming up on August 19th. It's just ahead of the debut of Season 2 on AMC. Now, my wife and I, we loved the original Walking Dead series for quite a while. But then it's just like, storylines just kind of... I haven't watched any of the spinoffs, so I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's see here. Other things. You may have heard about this. ABC offered Caitlin Clark, our Iowa girl, Caitlin Clark, $1 million to sit down with the ladies of The View And she turned them down, as you may have heard. In her words, quote, "I'm honestly just not a fan." Good for you, Caitlin Clark. Who is a fan of The View? Barf. Barf-O-Rama. Let's do this. Today's impossible question. Oh, man. Today's impossible question. There we go. It's from right here in Iowa. The question is, an Iowa man, it's more of a statement. You have to fill in the blank today. An Iowa man is showing off the 8.3-pound what that he grew in his garden this year. Again, an Iowa man is showing off the 8.3-pound what that he grew in his garden this year. Think about that. Maybe you've seen this on the news. Good morning to you, Jan. Jan says some misty showers out there in southeast Iowa today. You know, I took the dogs out earlier, and it just felt kind of rainy this morning. There wasn't any rain this morning. I took them out about 5:30. Not really any rain at that point in time, but wouldn't surprise me if we saw some precip in the air this morning. Definitely cooling down, though. Right now we're at 65 degrees in the Oski Dental Studios. So today's impossible question / statement. An Iowa man is showing off the 8.3-pound what that he grew in his garden this year. An eggplant. An Iowa guy has an 8.3-pound eggplant. Bang. Should we get weird?
That is weird.
In the weird, you know, of course, a dog is man's best friend. And now, evidently, a perfume maker called Dolce & Gabbana. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I might not be, because I'm not up on my perfumes. They have made a dog perfume. Yes. Let's see here. Unconditional love, loyal, and playful are some words at the heart of the Italian fashion house's latest campaign for a new alcohol-free scented mist for dogs. I'm trying to find the name. I think it's called I'm Fifi. For about $99, owners can have their pets smelling. They say the new luxury dog mist has a 24-karat gold plated paw on the glass bottle. Customers are offered an exclusive dog collar with a tag. So if you want to buy some perfume for your dog? No. The Shetler dogs will not be getting $99 perfume. Let's see here. Let's go to the Olympics. Filipino gymnast Carlos Edriel Yulo is about to go home to a very different life. With his gold medal winning floor routine on Saturday, Yulo became the first male Olympic gold medalist in the history of the Philippines. First one ever. And only the country's second Olympic champion. And then not even 24 hours later, he won another gold in the individual vault final. Now, Yulo said after Saturday's win that he already knew that he would be gifted a house by his country's government. Let's see here. He will also, along with the house, be getting a fully furnished 2-bedroom condo valued at about $415,000. This is in addition to the free house. Approximately $173,000 in cash will come from the Philippine Sports Commission. Another $52,000 from the country's House of Representatives. Oh, and then this, the gold medal winner will win a lifetime of free colonoscopies and gastroenterology consultation once he turns 45. How about that for a bonus? I mean, the money's nice, but a free colonoscopy, sign me up. In other news, Wesley Snipes, let's move on from the colonoscopies. Wesley Snipes has broken not one, but 2 Guinness World Records, thanks to his Blade cameo appearance, spoiler, for Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, Guinness says the 62-year-old actor showed up quite unexpectedly in the franchise's latest flick, which was, quote, a shock to many. That appearance earns Wesley Snipes his first world record for the longest career as a live-action Marvel character. Now, he first played the character of Blade back in 1998. So he beat out Hugh Jackman for the honors for that honor. And then the second Guinness record recognizes the longest gap between character appearances in Marvel films. So yeah, Wesley Snipes back as Blade in the new Deadpool movie. Let's go to our friends in Missouri. A Missouri museum teamed up with a business located on the second floor to break a world record with a shoelace measuring 2,729 feet long, more than half a mile. So record-breaking shoelaces in Missouri. Way to go. Way to go, Missouri. We are proud of you. And then finally, in some weird news today, boy, I need to check my Star Wars toys from when I was a kid. An extremely rare prototype 1979 Star Wars Boba Fett action figure is up for auction. The auction house says that the Kenner 1979 J-Slot version 2 rocket-firing prototype Boba Fett is one of only 30 ever produced, and it's the highest graded example of the 3 that are known to still exist, and is the first to be up for auction. A similar Boba Fett figure became the most expensive vintage toy in the world when it was auctioned for $525,000 back in June. So, Boba Fett, rare Boba Fett toy. If you're a Star Wars toy person, like I was when I was a kid, I still got a lot of my Star Wars toys. Those things go for a nice price if they're in good shape. Let's do the files of law and disorder. Oh, this is Breaking Bad. Check this out. A Catholic priest in Austria has confessed to producing crystal meth in his parish rectory. Yeah, I don't think God's blessing the crystal meth making. The case came to light after authorities arrested the 38-year-old cleric along with a 30-year-old Iraqi citizen from Vienna last week. Both suspects currently in pretrial detention, producing crystal meth in the parish. Naughty, naughty. Should we do something that'll make you smile?
Something that makes you smile.
Something to make you smile, brought to us by Dr. Stacy Freeze at Lifetime Dental Solutions in Sigourney. Check out their new location, the previous Sigourney Smiles building, 115 South Jefferson. And I think their new sign, was going up yesterday. At least that's what I heard. So check out the new location for Lifetime Dental Solutions. Something to make you smile, a pet tortoise who went missing from his owner's home turned up 2 days later on the other side of a busy interstate. How does a tortoise make it across the interstate in one piece? The Portland Police Bureau said members of a response team were on an unrelated assignment when they encountered a tortoise on the multi-use path along the west side of the interstate. They say, quote, recognizing that this may be a runaway pet, the officers caught up with the fugitive reptile. The tortoise was apprehended after an extremely slow speed chase with the animal control. The tortoise's name is Bowser, and had been missing for a couple of days. They say, quote, it's not clear where Bowser has been for the past 2 days or how he traversed the interstate freeway, but the PPB is gratified that he's safe and sound and back at home with his family. So, what's his name? Bowser. Bowser the tortoise, making it home safe after a couple of days away from home and crossing the interstate. Shall we end this with some duh?
Duh. Duh? Duh! Duh.
In some duh, well, some confusion. As a mom and her daughter were trying to get on an airplane or using a passport. The thing is, the kid is named after evidently a Game of Thrones character. I am not a Game of Thrones fan, so I'm you'll have to forgive me if I don't understand where this story is going. So a woman in the UK was left devastated after her daughter's passport application was rejected because she was named after a Game of Thrones character. Lucy, the mom, 39 years old, said the passport office initially refused the application of Khaleesi, who is 6 years old. Officials said that they were unable to issue a passport unless Warner Brothers gave permission because it owned the name's trademark. None of this makes sense to me. But the authority has since apologized for the error. They called Lucy to apologize, said a mistake had been made. Officials explained there had been a misunderstanding, and the guidance staff had originally given applies only to people changing their names. So evidently some passport issues there. Somebody named after a Game of Thrones character. I don't know. A Home Office spokesperson said, quote, "We can confirm the application is being processed and apologize to the family for the delay." So I guess don't name your kids after Game of Thrones characters and you won't run into these problems. They get the
Duh.
One last look at our forecast before we get out of here for today. Of course, weather brought to us by The Garden Gate. Increasing clouds, temps in the 70s today, and pretty breezy northwest winds. Now, Jan was saying in the comments, maybe a little bit of mist in the air as well on this Tuesday. Let's take a look at our video programming for today. We've got In Remembrance still to come, coming up at 8 a.m. What's happening? Coming up at noon today. We'll get to Successful Farming at 5:30. We'll have The Brain Rewired with the birthday girl, Iva Bontrager, at 6. Then we'll have Tuesday Night Tune-Up coming up tonight at 7 p.m. live from Smoky Row with host Safe Craftkey. So make sure you tune in then. Hey, we do thank, again, Ottumwa Coasters for sponsoring our morning wake-up. Get a hold of Elizabeth to get your coasters made up at 573-932-0111. We thank Oski Dental for sponsoring our studios. Give them a call, 641-673-4845. All right, that does it for me. You guys have a great rest of your Tuesday. Enjoy the cooler weather. Be safe. We'll be back here tomorrow at 7 a.m. See you later.